So I play different kind of games on here. I play poker on here. I play Scrabble on here. I play gin rummy on here. I mean, here's one of my game things. That's where I play gin rummy. I play poker. I've won over $7 million playing poker here. Unfortunately, it's not real dollars, or else I would have made a bigger donation to the Alzheimer's Association this year. But I can play poker on here. It's about, especially poker, not poker, gin rummy. One of the good things about it is that the computer obviously thinks very quick, right? And I try and play at the same speed that the computer plays, which of course results in sometimes making mistakes, but it also enhances, my thought process. And here comes the game up now. A great starting. Not much to do with that, but you see, I play very quickly just to try and enhance my thinking process. Now it'll play before you can count to 2. I have no idea what Sunday that spelled that way means, but now I got QUI. I'll use that K again. KITC. And so. Now I got some better letters though. FRAM.
Okay. Wait, you're going in? I gotta go in first.
Say again? You do need a key to get in. So I usually do a half hour on this.
Can you push a button again?
It says begin, and then I'll pick up the speed. I usually start out walking at 2.5 miles an hour, and then I will raise it to 3, 3.5, and 4 miles an hour. Three, 2, 1.
Why the workout?
I find that working out does 2 things for me. First of all, it's definitely healthy, both physically, but more importantly, mentally. I love riding my bike outdoors in the summer. Actually, not the summer. I'll be starting in about 2 weeks, last week of March. It clears my mind totally, and I know it's good for your brain health. So to exercise, so along with eating and proper sleep. So that's what I do, and it's become a routine.
Every day?
6 days a week. I'm working out 6 days a week. sometimes for an hour and a half, sometimes for only an hour, but probably three days an hour and a half and 3 days an hour. And because of this interruption in my normal work schedule, it'll only be an hour today.
You of all times to do what? To take care of yourself or what?
That's a difficult question. Yes, to take care of myself. Obviously, I'm about to be 80 years old. I keep telling people anytime I see somebody who is unhappy that they've lost somebody recently, I said, wait a minute. And people that are in their late 70s into the mid 80s, I say, wait a minute, 30 years ago, you didn't think you'd be alive now. And here you are, and you're functioning and active. And I said, that's the best of all the things. So I want to keep staying functional. And I'm working hard at it from both an eating perspective, a exercise perspective, an activities perspective, and a mental functioning perspective. I volunteer besides the Alzheimer's Association. I volunteer at Lifetime Learners. I volunteer at Norwalk Hospital. I volunteer at the Pet Paws down the street 1 day a week. So keep living.
Were you surprised at this diagnosis when you got it?
Not really. My mother definitely died from Alzheimer's because I autopsied her brain. My grandmother died from what was called heart of the artery back then, which I assume was a form of dementia. I don't know if it was Alzheimer's, but a form of dementia. And even at your young age, Kristen, there's got to be times you say, oh, what was the name of that? What was the name of that? And that kind of stuff happens when you're in your 40s or even 50s at the latest. But the MCI experiences I've had are more than that. And they're not frequent. It's once or twice a week, something will happen that'll bother me and it won't bother me because I've gotten to accept it, but will happen that I recognize as a dementia form issue. And it's, when I went to my neurologist, I did after my mom died, a couple of years after she died, and she died in 2008. I went to a neurologist to be gene tested. I carried the gene. That's still only a 50-50 possibility, but I wanted to know that, and I wanted to tell my kids that. And so I followed up with him when I was starting to have some issues about 1.5 to 2 years ago, and he did some testing. He said, you've got some mild cognitive impairment issues. And he said, don't worry about it. You're 78 years old. Don't worry about it. And I don't worry about it. I go ahead with my life. See,
I don't remember either.
Huh?
I don't remember
I do this
either.
every day.
Yeah.
And I didn't remember which buttons to push. And the funny thing is, you don't have to push a button just to start editing either. You don't have to program it. This is my favorite exercise because I love bike riding out on the road. And I will tell you this, I think my road, are you getting riding days are fast approaching coming to an end. Not because of my physical inability, but it's been getting too dangerous. And I did notice about, even 5 years ago, I had a couple of close call accidents because I didn't hear cars coming up behind me because they're so quiet. Even the non-electric cars. I mean, I have a full-powered Lexus and it's a heck of a lot quieter than, my old Infiniti was before that. But, so I'll accept that. I'll do more riding in the gym. It's not the same. What I do find interesting, see, I love this, that my normal pulse rate at rest is only 62. And even after I've exercised for a long time, I'll only get my heart rate up to about 77, 78, which is still below, quote unquote, the normal rate. Because MCI is definitely a factor in dementia. It's a part of the dementia process. I don't know that it's a disease like Alzheimer's, or specific disease like Alzheimer's is, or like Lewy body is, or like frontal temporal lobe is. I'm not sure it's that, but it's a factor in your capacity to remember things and to function. And as I was just saying, when I was on the bike, I actually forgot for a minute because I was talking to you and I wasn't in my normal routine, I forgot which buttons to push to start it up. So it's a program.
What else do you see as things that might be examples of your MCI?
So far, all I've had is besides the short-term memory issues, the cognitive ability that's the best example, that I couldn't remember which buttons to push. It's a 3 or 4 step process, which I do just routinely, dogmatically, and I couldn't remember. That's really all I have. I mean, I have the same problem when I'm trying, every once in a while I've had that problem, things have come up when I'm trying to turn my computer on and load load different websites or something, and I can't remember where it is. So that's it.
Yeah.
And I don't worry about it.
Say that last part again.
I said I don't worry about it. I just want to live life fully. And I'm doing that.